Greetings everyone, this is Shelly. I certainly hope that this video finds everyone doing well. And before I get started, let me say for anyone whose homes or families or communities was recently impacted by Hurricane Matthew, please know that I am thinking and praying for you. All right, so chapter 5, what resonated with me, I would have to say, was the whole conversation of morals and character. On page 142, it says that a person can have moral knowledge and obey secular and religious laws, but still lack moral character. Moral character is difficult to teach because it involves attitudes and behavior that result from stages of growth, distinctive qualities of personality, and experiences. It involves a coherent philosophy. Moral character entails helping people, accepting their weaknesses without exploiting them, seeing the best in people and building on their strengths, acting civilly and courteously towards classmates, friends, or colleagues, and acting as a responsible individual, even if doing so means being different from the crowd. One of the discussions that my 5th grade AIG classroom is having right now is what is socially and morally correct, what is socially and morally acceptable. We have been really focusing that discussion on the heightened police shootings that have been happening all across our country, but more specifically as it relates to right here in Charlotte with the recent shooting death of Keith Scott and the riots and protests that followed here in Charlotte. And so we have been looking at that situation from all sides of the spectrum, from the victim and the victim's family's perspective, as well as the police officer and officers, as well as the community at large. What role did prejudice or biases or stereotypes and negativity or whatever may have played in that occurrence? We've also been talking about the whole election process and things that they have recently heard Hillary Clinton say versus things that they've heard Donald Trump say. Particularly, his recent comments about women. And so the book goes on to say that despite the controversy, school leaders must not be afraid to take moral positions. I bring all of who I am into the classroom with me every day. What my parents taught me, being raised in an African American home, in a Christian-based home, that sort of thing. I bring all of that into the classroom with me, but I try my best not to project those things onto my students because I want my students to have an open mind and to think for themselves, but to also to understand other people, what they think, what they feel, what they believe, and why. Even if they don't understand it, even if it's different from their own personal experiences, because all of our students are different. They haven't all come from the same place. They are all coming with their own experiences. And so how can we find the balance of that? And I think, moral and character is just one of those important topics that just needs to be discussed.